Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In my last video I talked a little bit about my Tempo Warrior deck. This is the list, so if you want to listen more about the rationale behind these cards, then take a look at that video. And in this video I'm going to show some more gameplay. There was still more good games than I had room to fit in the previous video, so in this video there's going to be a little bit more gameplay with this deck, going with a different type of warrior build than what's usually used nowadays. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more. Let's go take a look at that gameplay. But we'll see. Let's grab a couple of games in and figure out how it works out. Not much I can do here. Huh. Well, Blood Razor is there to enable me to come back. Together with the execute, that coming down on 4, and I'll probably execute something on 5. That's highly likely. Now he's debating between coining out the Prince and Shadow Step or not coining out the Prince and Shadow Step, and opts to not coin the Prince and Shadow Step. I think I could just jam the Flame Elemental there. It's fine. Not the greatest play of all time, and I have nothing for 3. Well, there's the Prince. Followed by backstep. Classic. Well, there's my Crawler. That's also pretty sweet. I think I'll just hit him in the face and armor up here. Okay, so he really wants to play a South Sea Captain now to pull that big Patches. Then I have a choice. Well, he can trade into Patches, and that will be bad for me, actually. But that's not a South Sea Captain, so this is fine. Even with the Dark Reaper, it's fine. So Blood Razor, yeah. That's Blood Razor. There will be more pirates later on. I even want to hit there, so that I can kill that next turn, together with the Prince. That's Patches out of the deck. The Chaku is pretty strong though. I need to play the Bloodhoof Brave here. And then kill the other minions. Isolate the Chaku against the 5/5. Unless he has another backstep or Shadow Step in hand. Oh, well that gives Chaku some time. Interesting. Chaku can get multiple cards. Unless I execute it now. I don't really feel like executing that Chaku. That will give him another warrior card, which is a little bit awkward. Now simple 1-drop can activate. A simple 1-drop is enough to activate the Wildspine Slayer. But turn 6 is when I really need to worry about. I don't want him to have Bone Mare on 7. Did he spend the coin yet? I can't remember. I think I'll take this line. Hit 1 into Chaku. So there's some potential for the Bloodhoof Brave trade. But we'll see. 1 warrior card in hand now. There will be more pirates, but I'm not sure if any of them will be available to be eaten. Okay, he grabs the warrior card and loses Chaku. This is fine, because now I still have the execute left. Shadowblade is obviously sweet, but he may not be able to stick a minion. Yeah, not going to stick a minion for Bone Mare. This is good. I can only Battle Rage for 1 card now. Should I do it? I'm really low on cards. I probably need to. I think I really need a card. That's not a bad card for later. Yeah, I think I will combine that with an execute later. Let's go with this line. So no bone mare target yet, but he has plenty of resources, so... Oh! That's a sweet upgrade. That's a really sweet upgrade. And a Vilespine. And the Vilespine is going to get executed. Or I could jam Rotface, but he bone mares the Vilespine, so Rotface is not going to survive a single attack from that. I have to say the Ravaging Ghoul. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but I guess I have to do it like this. I probably can't play the Spellbreaker either, so now we're in a risky position. But I'm still at 26 health, I have another Execute available. So it's not all gone. Yeah, I can execute the Lich King. Hope he doesn't get anything too good from it. Then I will still have a Silence. Do I need to Battle Rage for 1 again? I just really need some cards. These are tough decisions. I don't see myself getting a Battle Rage for multiple cards. I have to Battle Rage for just 1 card. And then I'll execute the Lich King. Okay. If I can find Scourgelord Garrosh, I should be able to win this game with Rotface. But now I've used both Battle Rages to just draw 1 card each. And that's bad. Now I cannot get rid of this Cairn. Spellbreaker Corcoran is not enough to do it. Rotface is going to die when he bone mares the Cairn. I have to silence the Cairn after it has been bone mared. Do I play the Corcoran Elite? That's like the question here. Gives him a bit more targets. But if I can get the buff to land on the Corcoran, that would be really good. I think I don't play the Corcoran. Let's see where the buff lands. Ah, that was the worst one. Both Rotface and Corcoran were better. I'm expecting a bone mare on this. He has been holding on to so many cards. But then I will silence it after it has been bone mared. Giant Wasp. That's interesting. These are not the cards I seek. No room to play Rotface. That's 8, 9 damage on board. I guess he doesn't have a bone mare. There was no reason not to play a bone mare this turn. So maybe I just commit the Spellbreaker. Allow the Wasp to kill it. I guess I have to. Because if there was a bone mare, he would have always played it there. So there cannot be a bone mare in these cards. Only this card, the top deck, is the only one that can be a bone mare. This should entice him to use the Wasp. Maybe it doesn't. Well, if he has some Lich King goodies, then he doesn't. How? High rolling from the Lich King. How typical. Haha, Cairn back to hand to get the Death Rattle back out. That's sweet. That is sweet. I'm down to 16, he has 11 on board. That's a good, decent pick. It's time to play that one. The Corcoran. Do I also play the Armorsmith? No, I will not gain a lot of armor from that. Corcoran trades away the poisonous minion. Then I'll just armor up. But he's getting more and more likely to top deck the bone mare. Yeah, I needed to find some other cards, but I just couldn't. But the battle rages were correct because there was never a position where I would have been able to. I was never in a position where I could have got multiple cards off of Battle Rage. I just drew really poorly in this game. So he has 8 on board, even if I trade here. With Armorsmith it's a little bit better, but he still needs just 1 from hand. Hi, Chris Leckness. I mean, Gromash or Scourgelord Garrosh, there were so many cards that I could have drawn. Another Blood Razor, and I would have won this game. But I just couldn't find any of that stuff. So I need to trade here. And then I need to armor up. So now he's 1 off on board. But he has 2 cards and he only needs 1 damage. So almost anything will do. Well, that doesn't kill me immediately. What if I top deck the Scourgelord? That's still not enough, right? Well, that Ravaging Ghoul, Rotface Ravaging Ghoul is my only play. Let's grab a Tyrion. Okay, Tyrion. So good. Okay. Now he has 4, 5... Do I need to kill the Southsea Deckhand with the Armsmith? Bone Mare top deck. I get 2 armor, 7 goes through. I will have to kill it. Play around Bone Mare. Actually, I don't play around Bone Mare. I'm still dead to Bone Mare. No, not Shadow Step top deck. Such a disappointing game. I guess I can get rid of Spellbreaker for now. Chris Leckens, you gotta catch up, man. 2000 gold ain't enough. Well, I've been saving all the gold that I have been getting. I can't help it that I don't have any more. But yeah. I just need to buy cards. It's okay. That happens. Well, now we would have the option to coin Frothing. He's coin Frothing something. What does he play on 3? If I coin Frothing, then my 3 is Slam Flame Elemental. I think I'll coin the Frothing. Let's see what the Zoo has. I mean, he can have Soulfire, which will then discard at least a card. So he can have Malkazar Simp into Soulfire, which will then redraw a card. So that's like the best case scenario. Getting rid of this record is fine. Drawing more slams. Does slam really have a place in this deck? I need to think about that. Okay, well, this is still fine, right? I just Blood Razor down the Southsea Captain. That will leave the demon up. So if he has the potion for the demon, he can buff it. But I can slam it. He'll probably place more minions as well. Councilman is not that great. I mean, I also have the option to slam the Councilman and hit it. If I do that, I cannot play Bloodhoof Brave. I can't play minions. That's pretty annoying. Unless I top deck a 3 drop Armorsmith. Armorsmith before or after the hit? After the hit, I think. 1/4 is more useful generally. Yeah, after the hit is fine. After the hit, armor smith is fine. I don't need the 1 armor right now. I'd rather have the 1/4 body on the board. And I have Slam Corcoran, for example, for next turn. If he plays Doomguard, hits the armor smith, Slam Corcoran can kill the Doomguard. That's a pretty expensive exchange, but the Doomguard also discards 2 cards, so unless he also has a Malkazar's Imp, it would be fine. And this is not too bad either. I can even kill one of these, I think, with Slam and Armorsmith, and then play the Bloodhoof Brave. I could also wipe this entire board with the Corcoran, but is that going to be worth it? He has a lot of resources remaining, so I want to keep drawing. Oh, but that's a sweet one. Yeah, let's just clean up this board now. Alright. Wiping that board. Still at 24. Scourgelord Garrosh in hand. Bloodhoof Brave in hand. Potential to Battle Rage for more cards. But he has so many cards. 7 cards in hand. That's a lot of cards. When is he going to go wide? Now. So hit here kills this one, injures this one, injures this one. Then I could go for a Ghoul and Brave. So let's get some armor going, right? Or do I want to draw? Armor is fine. Armor is fine. I believe I will have opportunities to draw later as well. So I'm going Brave into Ghoul. Into Hit. For more Whirlwinds. Now this opens this one for... Maybe I should have only used 1 Whirlwind when Bloodhoof Brave was on the board. Because now it can be Soul Fired. Yeah, I think playing Bloodhoof Brave after the Ghoul was better. Exchange 1 armor for making this not vulnerable to Soulfire. At 8 I don't have a really good clear on this Despicable Dreadlord. So maybe I play the Scourgelord next turn. That will let him play a Bone Mare though. If I let him play a Bone Mare on this board... But the only way to deny that Bone Mare play is to trade this one into the Despicable Dreadlord. Not funny. I would also love to draw more cards. Probably have to trade this one in anyway. Bone Mare. Fine, I'll make the trade. Okay, let's do it like this. I was considering the card draw and playing the Grimy Gadgeteer, but I didn't want to play the Crawler yet because there are more pirates in that deck. But I want to eat a pirate with that. Perhaps that is incorrect. That was... I guess he has cooldown for next turn. Not enough mana to play Gadgeteer, Corcoran into Battle Rage here. If I put him down to 12, he plays cooldown. He can trade one of these away. the Doom God. I will have big Zoolock Crawler, but not much to do with that. I might not need the Zoolock for that purpose. I think this is actually the play. Let's do it like this. This should be good enough. Hi, Mr. Mason. Climbing in today for the first time this season. Nice. So now I have a 6/5 charge minion, so I can kill the Doom God with hero power and the Cochran if I want. That's an option. Also, if the Doom God trades into anything and he plays any other minions, I can just hit them with the Shadowmourne to trade. But this just looked like a Gul'dan setup, so I wanted to prevent him from killing off that Doom God this turn, so that Gul'dan play is not as strong. Because he wants to kill the Gadgeteer. Gadgeteer is scary. I guess that was pretty strong. So, I want to draw cards. Then the Cochran will trade away the Doom God, and I will hit into the Bone Mare, and he will still have his cooldown left, which is annoying, but okay. So, Cochran, I need to Whirlwind. That's 6 mana, 7, 8 mana, 9, 10 mana with double Firefly. Which will then die to Despicable Dreadlord though. It's better to play double Battle Rage than the Fireflies into Battle Rage. I think it might be better to play the double Battle Rage. So Cochran, let's Whirlwind that board. Let's draw some cards. That's 3 cards. That's another 3 cards. Then I will trade there. And then I will trade here. And this one is going face. But now he gets to play that cooldown and get the Doom God back. But the upside is that my hand is full of cards. But I foresee a Gul'dan coming. He didn't have the Gul'dan in hand. There's no reason not to play Gul'dan if he had it in hand now. Okay, so he doesn't have that yet. That's cool. Just more Doom Gods. That's okay. Can I kill him? I have 6. I have 10. I cannot kill him. Slightly annoying. So I want the Taunt out. That's 4 mana. Hit here, Whirlwind kills the Councilman, isolates the Doom God. I need this one, that's 4, 6, 8. No. I want the Frothing out. I need Frothing more than I need armor. This one and the Frothing and the Firefly. And the Whirlwind. And the hit and the hit. And then he needs something pretty good. Because he has to get past the 5/5. Unless that, well, the Soulfire or Gul'dan, those are his outs. Taunts could possibly do it. So Gul'dan is not now coming. What about the Soulfire? That taunt is not enough. Yeah, he's dead. Excellent. Excellent news. For the War Chief. Kill that one and let's punch him in the face with the Frothing Berserker for 16. I should be able to get something done with this. Okay, then we're again going with the don't do anything for 2 turns game plan. Excellent plan. Okay, this deck does not really have the tools to beat double Kelazet. Yeah, I guess that is an issue. I could coin the Mountain Fire Armor. The best play he can make is a pirate. Yeah. I'll coin the Mountain Fire Armor, because the best play he can make is a pirate now. And I can eat a pirate with the Golakka Crawler next turn. It will float 1 mana, but that's fine. I switched the turns 2 and 3 because I'm expecting a pirate. Pirate to pull the patches out as soon as possible. There's the pirate. It was a top-decked pirate. Pretty sweet, by the way. Okay. Then the question whether he trades. I guess he would dagger up and trade with the prince. That seems to make the most sense. Instead he's going to give me value trades. I take your value trade. Value trade challenge accepted. I grab that value trade. I will eat your pirate. I'll play a Firefly. Okay. Well, he can still dagger down the Mountain Fire Armor now if he likes. Or he can let the Mountain Fire Armor take 2 trades. Need it to dagger it down. Oh, if he also has a backstep, that's huge. Oh, that was huge. That left his board intact. But this is also a pretty good draw. Let's use that one. Clear out those minions as well. But the thing is, the longer the game goes on, the more advantage he's going to get from having that double buff. Am I afraid of a Cobalt Scalebane? If I execute it, I cannot develop. And that is scary. I think I'll go with the Gadgeteer. Let's go Gadgeteer Flame Elemental and see what his next move is. This way we get a 6/5 Corcoran. We still have the Execute. Next turn I can play the Execute and the Corcoran. And I can execute whatever I want because of the death rattle of the weapon. Now he can play Wildspine Slayer. But what I really want to do is try to block the Bone Mare turn. Well, that's not a bad card to get from Swashbuckler, because now by getting to discover a card, he gets a much better selection. Deadly Poison is a bit of a surprise. Oh, that was a really bad one. 50-50 it was. Because I really want to hit into this. I'll hit into that. Then I will execute the Cobalt Scalebane. I can have Bloodhoof Brave and Armor Smith. No, I can't have both. Well, I can have a Bloodhoof Brave on the board. Make that a 5/5. There's still potential for him to have something there, but I guess that's the play. I think I'll take that 7. I'll go down to 17. It's still acceptable. Let's do that. Hit there. Execute the Scalebane. No Bone Mare targets. But there is still potential. I mean, with that 3-attack dagger, even if he has an SI7 agent now, that's also good. Interesting times. Wildspine Slayer is huge. Well, most things are probably pretty huge because he had Shadow Step Kelesset on 2. So after Shadow Stepping Prince Kelesset on turn 2, your deck tends to be huge. That's just the way it goes. Thanks, 5. Great. That's really interesting. So I could push 11 this turn. But he's going to have something in hand, right? I still push that 11 this turn. Then I only need to find 2 more to kill him. I have another Cochrane in hand already. How can he get rid of all these minions and get a Bone Mare out or something?
Smart moves. I concede.
I can probably keep this hand. If it's Jade Druid, I want to apply pressure, so I will just play the Zoolock Crawler as a 2-drop. Possibly coin Bloodhoof Brave after that. If it's Aggro Druid, the hand is still good. It enables me to somewhat fight on the board. I don't know, I would like to build something different with this from this. I'm not completely satisfied. There have been some really great moments with the Grimy Gadgeteers, with Rotface, that sort of stuff. But we need just something more. It's an Aggro Druid. Okay. Let's see. There's going to be a buff on these. There isn't a buff on these. Okay, well then I have to kill the Snow Flipper Penguins before the buffs come. I just need to take down those penguins now. They were a large part of his hand. I can't afford to let him have those to be buffed. I mean, the simple Power of the Wild here, or Mark of the Lotus, would have been disastrous. So needed to act immediately. I have a reasonable toolkit for this. He's probably running pirates too. Okay, much weaker. Much better for me. That's a 3-4. Frothing doesn't quite challenge it. He hits that one into Frothing and his face into Frothing. That still lives. What if I slam it? That doesn't do much. I think I want to commit the Frothing. He can kill the Frothing. But I'm cool with that. Hits the minion first, then his face, to save the minion alive. He sequenced that correctly. He could play Living Mana next turn. Let's see if I can survive. There can also be a Bittertide Hydra. What can these cards be that he's holding? There could be more buffs, there could be Living Mana, there could be Bittertide Hydra. Last turn he had 2 mana to spare. He wanted to kill the Frothing, so anything above 3 mana. Crypt Lord could also be an option. That's the Hydra. So I hit with this one in there. I think I need to slam the Hydra a little bit here. See what I can find. Another Bloodhoof Brave. That might be useful for buying time. I think I'll commit an Armosmith on this board now. Let's see. 5-3 obviously. If he has a swipe, he can push through. Savage Roar also enables him to Savage Roar hero power, push 11 to face. There are some ways. He could have a buff for this. No buffs. Okay. Couple of more turns until Garrosh. Do I let go of this minion to kill the Tide Hydra? Does he have another Mark of the Lotus there? That would be scary. That would mean that he would lose only one Trent. And he could push 15 to face. That's really scary. I mean, if he has Mark of the Lotus here, that's probably game winning. But it has to be Mark of the Lotus. He doesn't have mana to play anything else. I think I may need to commit the Crawler here. The board is too wide. And now Mark of the Lotus wins him the game, and he already spent one. Does he have a second copy? Doesn't. Okay. Then I have a chance still. That's always going face, yeah, I know that. Next turn he has mana again. I know all about that one. So I need to trade away this one to not give him more mana crystals. Then I can play Mountain Fire Armor. Do I play the second Crawler as well? Next turn is Scourge Lord Garrosh. Or maybe I just slam one of the Trents. I don't get to draw, but I can slam one of the Trents. Let's reduce the numbers a little bit here. Crawler, or I play the armor up. I think I might be able to make this. Let's see. Because he plays more minions, but I have Garrosh. Now though, Garrosh cannot hit the fledgling. Grom cannot push through the fledgling either. That's annoying. Garrosh only kills these two together with the Mountain Fire Armor. That's still the play. Alternatively, I could silence this and trade the Mountain Fire Armor into the fledgling.
What now?
No, it's Garrosh. It's not like he's suddenly going to deal 30 damage. Good positioning from him, by the way. Excellent positioning. Thing here is I have 18 burst. So he needs more taunts, or he needs to trade away the Mountain Fire Armor. Anything less will not do. If everything goes face, that's not going to be enough. Not even with the Wind Fury. Well, he needs to pick something. Picking Wind Fury again doesn't really do it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.